What's going on, everybody? What's up? What's poppin'? Welcome to the last episode of season 3 of Keeping It Real with Mo. Yes, you guys, we are here. We are finally at our last episode of season 3. God was with me. Really wasn't all that I wanted to be season 3, but I want to thank those that I interviewed that gave me a chance to go and tell their story to others. Thank you for all those that tuned in for the episodes that I did post. And on to season 4 in August. So in August, as I had said on Facebook Live, the new season will be posted in August. I will kick off with a special back to school episode for my parents and more details to come. But until then, we're going to enjoy our summer because the kids are out of school and we just going to be all over this summer. So I'll repost old episodes and y'all can check out the old episodes. Anyway, let's get into this topic for today. My topic for today is co-parenting. Co-parenting. What is your take? So this is really for all the people out there that are in co-parenting situations like myself. It's not easy. It's not something that we asked for, but it's something that we are doing, to, I would say, keep the peace, but for the child also. Y'all thought single parenting was hard. Co-parenting, it has its ups and it has its downs. It can make you and it can break you. Some people say that, I don't have a problem co-parenting because I have a, good parent, or my son's dad or my son's mom is real good with co-parenting. Some may and some may not. Some people have struggled and some people have not. From my personal experience, it wasn't easy at first. I never really thought that I would have a situation where I would be a co-parent, with my son's dad. Yeah, all transparency aside, it was not easy at first. It was not easy. It was something that I did not want to do, but, I managed. I got through it. And I mean, I ain't gonna lie, y'all, because this is Keeping It Real with Mo, and we keeping it real, right? We keep it real and we keep it 100. So I ain't gonna lie. I did not get along with my son's dad. I did not get along with my youngest dad. And we just didn't get along. It was like, we were like oil and water, oil and vinegar. We didn't mix. We did not get along. I did stuff to get on his nerves. He did stuff to get on my nerves. But we had to make it work for our son. Yeah, we did. I did some petty things. He did some things. We both said hurtful things to each other. But, now that he is older, we both have our own lives. And we get along. We get along great now. Like, I wouldn't say it's peaches and roses and skipping through the fields or whatever, happily ever after, but we do get along, and I mean, there are some rough spots here and there, but we manage to make it work. We get along. We manage to make it work. For the benefit of our son, and we want to see our child happy, because when we fighting and fussing and arguing, it doesn't make the child happy. The child sees it, and, they only want nothing but for mom and dad to be happy. That's all they want, is for mom and dad to be happy. And, I want my child to have the best life possible. I want my child to be able to be successful in everything that he does. And I don't want him to have to worry about, well, my mom can't stand my dad and my dad can't stand my mom. So it's not like that. Like, you know, we work it out for the benefit of him. You know, he stays his time with him. He spends his time with me. And no, we did not get the courts involved at all. We did not get the courts involved. This was our own mutual decision to co-parent. This was our own mutual decision to work out a schedule that benefited us. During the school year, he stayed with him, and on the weekends, he stayed with me. That has changed now to where, during the school year for the second half, he was with me, and weekends he's with dad. But now that summer is here, he's spending as much time with dad as possible. We make it work for holidays, you know. We make it work because we felt like we did not have to get the court system involved if we can come to a mutual decision. And I feel like that's the issue with some of these parents today. Like, these moms are bitter at these fathers are bitter at these mothers, and they just make the whole situation difficult for the child. Like, they put the child in a situation and in a spot where they really don't have a say. And instead of just sitting down talking like mature grown adults, you want to drag it all out in the public, you know, and get the courts involved to set up a schedule where the two of you could have sat down like two grown adults and worked this out and be like, hey, we have a child or we have children together. We need to work it out. I feel like it's much easier for those that co-parent with one child than with multiple children, because with multiple children, it gets tricky, especially if those children are in sports or in multiple sports. Then you have to juggle your schedules. Then you have to see, well, who's picking at what time and this, that, and the other. It's just too much. You know, if you guys are supposed to be grown adults, then you can sit down and say, hey, let's come to a compromise. Let's agree to disagree. Let's work on something that can benefit not only us, but our child, for our child's sake. But you got mamas out here that, you know, want to slander the kids dad. You got dads out here that you want to do the same, and y'all dragging it out in court for 1, 2, 3 years. And, you know, here the child is, you know, struggling as it is, wants an amicable relationship with mom and dad. But every time they turn around, mama and daddy fighting on the phone or fighting in person, and they got to go to the other room. Like, no, that's all uncalled for. If you lay down with that person and make a child, then you should be grown enough to sit down and talk to the other parent, man to woman or woman to man. Don't be childish about the situation. Like, real talk. I learned that everything that I just talked about, I went through, I experienced. I mean, like I said earlier, neither one of us were perfect. Neither one of us, you know, were nice to each other back then. I can only speak from my experience, but I mean, since then, you know, we have both grown. And, you know, to be able to say that, you know, you've grown from your situation, and, you know, it's gotten better. It's better than what it was on both ends. So I still say that co-parenting is a job in itself. You know, you splitting everything with the parent. The child's time is split between both parents. You know, the activities, all of that is split down the middle. So, if for those that think it's easy, it's not easy. You know, it really isn't. You thought being a single parent was hard. Co-parenting is even harder. But my next question is, though, what do you do when there is a blended family? What do you do when you are co-parenting and say the other parent is in a relationship, or both parents are in a relationship, or both parents are married? What do you do then? Does every party involved have a say so? Does the spouse of the dad and the spouse of the mom, do they have a say so? My take on that is this. If they're living in the same house as you, I feel like they do have a say so to some extent, to where they're not overstepping boundaries as far as trying to discipline or trying to, if it's a younger child, spank them or put their hands on them, whatever. But I do not condone a child disrespecting that spouse or significant other, of that other parent, yeah, I don't condone it. I don't raise my children up to be disobedient or disrespectful. I feel like if that significant other, whether it be man or woman, loves you enough to marry or be with you, then they have to accept your child or your children. They have to accept you and your children. Real talk here. Same situation with me. Like I said, real talk here, guys. Real talk, real topics, real experiences. I'm in a similar situation. My son's dad is getting married. My son gets along great with the significant other. She's good to my son. She's great to him. I don't have an issue with her. Me and her, we've talked. She's been there on occasions where I could not be, and I'm grateful, that my son has the best of both worlds. He has two parents that love him very, very much. He has a bonus mom that loves him very, very much. And if you've got that, then embrace it. Like, somebody told me it takes a special person to, embrace the person that your child's parent is with. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It's called maturity and it's called growth. Period. What do I have to sit here and be bitter for? I went through that already. I did experience that. But when reality set in, we both went our separate ways and we are both involved and in relationships with other people. So what do I have to sit here and be bitter for and dislike somebody when I'm not even with the person? If all I'm doing is sharing a child with you and we're not together, what reason do I have to be upset or mad at the other chick or the other man or vice versa? If anything, I'm happy for you. Be happy, be supportive, be happy that they found someone, be happy that they moved on, because maybe at that point in time, y'all weren't ready. Maybe it wasn't, meant for y'all to be together. Maybe, it's just meant for y'all to be good parents. Some people force themselves to stay in situations with the child's father or the child's mother, and it ends up being a disaster. Real talk. It ends up being a disaster because they want to force themselves to have a family. They want to force themselves to be happy, have the white picket fence, everything's all hunky dory when it's not. Like, you can't force somebody to be with you. Man, you can't force a woman to be with you because she got your baby. Women, you can't force a man to be with you because you laid down and had his child. So I don't know what's wrong with these people out here, wanting relationships so bad that they'll do anything to keep their family together. Sometimes you just have to accept the fact that, hey, it is what it is. Things happen for a reason. Y'all not together for a reason. So just, let it go. And if y'all cannot be friends or part amicably or try to co-parent amicably, then maybe the next step is to take it to court. But my advice to you is to try to sit down and talk to that man, or sit down and talk to that woman before y'all try to take it to court and take it to the next level. Because some things can be solved in the privacy of your own home. Because you might get to the court and you might not even like what the judge has to say. You might not even like the schedule that, is put out there by the courts. So please, I beg anybody out there that is listening or that is catching the replay, if you in a co-parenting situation like myself, please, y'all, please, I beg you, sit down and talk about the situation before you drag that man or drag that woman to court. And think about your child. Think about your children. Think about how they're going to react. Think about what you're doing to them. Think about the impact, the lasting impact that it's going to have on them, And if your man or if your woman ain't on board, then y'all need to sit down and talk. If you got a significant other, men or women, if you got a significant other and they love and cherish and appreciate that child, then hey, I applaud y'all. Y'all got it made. My goal tonight for this podcast was to have people on who are in a co-parenting situation to get their take. But that didn't go as planned. So, speaking from my point of view, I said the show must go on. Co-parenting really isn't all bad, when everybody gets along. I mean, I ain't saying y'all got to hold hands and be best friends, but if everybody gets along, if everybody's on the same page and y'all got a schedule worked out, and if you can't do it and dad can't do it, then the other person can step in. The mom can't do it, then, her significant other can step in. Or if dad can't do it, then his significant other can step in. Then, hey, I applaud you. I applaud you. And if that is you and then you're in that situation, big ups to you, big thumbs up to you. I want to revisit this. This is a topic that I feel really needs input. So I may revisit this in season 4 just to get y'all's input on some things, because I feel like this is a broad topic. This is a topic that I need to hear other people's experiences. This is a topic that needs to be discussed furthermore, and you guys not just hear my intake and my input and my experiences, but I want to hear yours and what you guys are going through and what you guys are sharing. But in the same sense, it has to be addressed, because like I said, if y'all can get out here and procreate and bring babies into this world, I don't understand why the hell y'all can't get along. Why y'all at each other's throats like kindergartners and preschoolers? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. So I'm not going to go all into detail with my personal issues or with my personal experience. But like I said before, it started off rough. There were times where I did say I was going to take it to the courts. There were times where I did say I wanted to go to the courts and solve the issue, because I didn't know what else to do. I was stupid. I was, young. I knew no better. I didn't know what was going on. But as time grew on and as, our son grew older and, we eventually went our separate ways and were dating other people, I realized I can't be mad forever. I can't be mad at this person forever. I got a child to raise. We got a child to raise. What is that looking like for him? What is that looking like on him when he sees this? And it was hurting him in the long run. So in conclusion, I just want to say, big ups to all of you all that are doing the whole co-parenting thing. If you got questions, if you need somebody to talk to, you can reach out to me. I'm still learning lessons every single day about co-parenting. Still learning every single day. Not a day goes by where something new doesn't pop up that I'm learning. So it's a job, it's a journey, and with God by your side, you guys can get through it. You can get through it with God by your side. Don't give up. Don't give up, because y'all got to raise that child until he or she is 18 years old. So don't throw in the towel now. Okay? Don't throw in the towel now. Yes, every mother needs a father, or every daughter needs a father figure in her life and a mother figure, and every son needs a father and a mother figure. There are things that a mother cannot teach a son, and there are things that a father cannot teach a daughter. Yeah, some men can braid the hell out of hair. I done seen it. There are some single fathers out there that can braid hair. But for my mothers, y'all got these sons out here. Y'all can't be the mama and the daddy, okay? There are special circumstances where that has happened. But if the child got a dad, let him see his dad. Don't take that right away from him. Don't say, well, I can raise you. I can show you things. No, we can't. Okay? We cannot teach our sons to grow up and be respectable young men when they see us fighting and putting our hands on these men out here. That's not teaching our children respect. Our sons look at that and think, oh, well, it's okay to put my hands on a man. My mama put her hands on my dad, and he slapped the hell out of her right back. So if you think you doing something about that, you think you bad by doing something, no, that's not the right way to do it. Every child needs father and son time, okay? For me, that's the most peaceful time I get. So I'm all for it. You want to go? Yeah, sure, right? Come on, let's go. No woman should hold her child, her son, or her daughter away from their father. No man should withhold his son or daughter away from their mother. So we're gonna revisit this topic in season 4. I just don't know what month, but it's gonna pop up. It's on my radar. But for now, I just wanted to introduce the topic and introduce some of the issues that are going on with this co-parenting. So, thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in to Keeping It Real with Mo, Co-Parenting Part 1. Part 2 is coming up soon. I want to thank you to all my listeners. Shout out to all of y'all. I hope when y'all hear this replay, I hope y'all get something out of it. Big things are popping in season 4. I look forward to seeing and hearing each and every one of y'all. Have a great week. Happy Thursday. And do you, but be the best you that you could possibly be. And I'm out. That's a wrap for season 3, guys.